Right now it's 6. The old Mid-Cities Mall is coming down, and a massive new development is going up in its place. Well, this project will change Manitowoc's housing and traffic. Plus,
it's just really scary for some people when these incidents happen.
An annual drinking tradition turns chaotic. Students tell us if the party is still worth the trouble. And tractors that drive by themselves. Local students are steering agriculture into the future without touching the wheel. Why instructors say this new technology can help farmers.
From the station that's in your neighborhood, local voices, local stories. You're watching NBC 26 News.
Glad you're with us on this busy Thursday. I'm Nina Sperano. NBC 26 is once again all over the map tonight as we bring you headlines from Oshkosh to Appleton to Swamico. But let's start in Manitowoc, where a long vacant and overgrown property is finally seeing new life as crews start the phase of a $70 million redevelopment project.
Demolition is now done here at the former Mid-Cities Mall site, and it'll soon start to look a whole lot different. I'm your Lakeshore neighborhood reporter, Abby Hamachek, and roads are now closed to start the next step of construction. In August, the city of Manitowoc sold the former Mid-Cities Mall site to Ticor Built of Green Bay. Since then, the company has purchased most of the surrounding property, planning to build 40 new homes, 168 apartment units, and up to 3 commercial lots.
They're getting equipment on site. They're probably just starting, to move stuff around a little bit and get prepared.
Crews began groundwork Thursday, closing East Magnolia Avenue between Johnston and Holly Drives. Alex Ryzik of Ticor Built says construction on homes will begin in spring with some move-in ready not long after.
Early summer, I would say that those are going to start to be kind of ready for someone to look at, see the pricing, see the square footage, put an offer in, and then shortly after, they'll be finished and ready.
Ticor says the focus is affordability with luxury amenities.
We build in a price point for normal families. We call it the people in the workforce. We're building at a price point that families can afford.
People living nearby, like Stacy Warnicki, says they're ready to see progress.
And now we're excited about what's to come.
Warnicki moved to the area a year ago and had a hard time finding housing.
Hearing the idea of some more homes in the neighborhood would be great. We had a hard time searching for a home in Manitowoc, so more options is definitely helpful.
It's unclear what businesses may fill the commercial spaces, but Warnicki is excited about the potential.
But it would be nice to have a few more options close by.
Ticor Built says interest is already high as the waiting list for the new housing is filling quickly. In Manitowoc, Abby Hamachek, NBC 26.
In Oshkosh, college students plan to keep a biannual drinking tradition alive, even though it's been known to cause trouble. This after 2 recent arrests and a police officer was injured.
I'm your Oshkosh neighborhood reporter, Claire Peterson. Right now, this section of Oshkosh is pretty mellow, but this past Saturday, it was a different story.
Why are you running?
It's an event the locals have named Pub Crawl, and incidents like this have come to be expected. So I spoke with attendees and police about what could change to make the event safer and whether it should continue at all.
Pub Crawl is an event each semester near the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh campus, though it's not sponsored by the university. On Saturday, police say 2 people were arrested, including a 17-year-old with a loaded handgun. Police say an officer was also injured after being knocked to the ground in a crowded area. At the Pub Crawl last April, Oshkosh police wrote 48 citations and arrested 5 people. Oshkosh students tell me it's not them causing problems.
The students around here are just here to have a fun time and a time to take away some stress from midterms, exams, classes as well. And we just want it to be a more safer, enjoyable experience overall.
The Oshkosh Police Department says they have extra law enforcement in the area during Pub Crawl, but they're working with UWO police to see how they can continue to improve and make the event safer.
I reached out to the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh for a comment on Pub Crawl, but did not hear back. In Oshkosh, I'm Claire Peterson, NBC 26.
2 brothers who were cleared of a Green Bay murder after decades in prison will each get $25,000 in compensation from the state of Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Claims Board says the amount is the highest they are legally allowed to pay. Sandra Lyson was murdered back in 1987, but the Bince brothers weren't convicted of the crime until 2000. However, in recent years, DNA evidence pointed to a third man who is now deceased. The Bince brothers were released from prison last year. Switching gears, take a check outside now. It was a nice start to the day, but the clouds rolled in, reminding us that we're halfway through October. Here's forecaster Avi Kargloth, who says we may have some rain later tonight. He joins us for the first check of our weather. Avi?
Thank you, Nina. Yes, we're seeing clouds all over northeast Wisconsin as we go into this evening. Temperatures dropping below 60, 59 degrees right now in Green Bay. And yes, with the clouds comes rain. We're looking at rain across the central part of Wisconsin, coming further east into our viewing area. Some areas further to the north already dealing with some rain. Green Bay isn't quite getting it yet, but it will as we go into tonight. Temperatures dropping just below 60 in many areas further to the north, further south, still right at 60 degrees. So a little bit different depending on where you are, but our temperatures will be dropping not a lot, but into the mid 50s later on tonight. I'll talk about how warm it's going to get this weekend later in the show.
Teachers often dig deep into their own wallets to stock their classrooms. So one retired teacher and a local business group are teaming up to help out.
I'm your Fox Cities neighborhood reporter, Kyle Angelier, at the heart of the Valley Chamber of Commerce, where a new effort is taking shape, one aimed to help teachers spend less out of pocket and focus more on what really matters, their students. The National Education Association says each year, on average, teachers can spend between $500 and $700 out of pocket to stock their classrooms.
It's part of who I am. It's part of who a lot of teachers are. And so I think you don't hear a lot of teachers talking about it. They just do it. We're natural caretakers and givers. And but, you know, it's nice to have a little help with it sometimes, too.
That's why retired teacher Lisa Motter created the Teacher's Ghost Closet at Kaukauna High School.
Teachers spend a lot of money on supplies every year out of their own pocket. And I thought, how can we help them out and maybe relieve a little stress that way?
Anyone can donate spare supplies that teachers across the district will receive for free.
We want to help the younger people that are coming after us.
The donations have already started coming in.
Everyone wants to support our local high schools. They want to support our community.
When Brianna Goddering heard about the closet, she made a donation box. That's overflowing.
That's what makes this community so amazing, is people are always willing to give back and support our high schools and teachers. I think that's really important, just to make sure our teachers are stocked for the year, to give the students the best education possible.
Their most needed items include tissues, snacks, and paper. There's still time to help build up the Teacher's Ghost Closet by bringing your spare supplies here to the heart of the Valley Chamber, where they're accepting donations until next Thursday. In Kaukauna, Kyle Angelier, NBC 26.
We head to Appleton now, where the future of farming is on display, and local students are test driving it with a hands-on look at autonomous tractors.
At Fox Valley Technical College in Appleton, students are quite literally farming the future with artificial intelligence. I'm NBC 26 today's McLeod Hageman at one of their program sites where students are getting hands-on experience. Industry leaders here brought out a John Deere 8R410 autonomous tractor, part of a cutting-edge demonstration showing how GPS, cameras, and artificial intelligence can drive field work without anyone behind the wheel. Now, dozens of agriculture students gathered to watch step by step how the tractor and tillage tool are set up to operate entirely on their own, testing technology already being piloted on some Wisconsin farms. Many students telling me they never thought they'd have a chance to use artificial intelligence for farming, and they're excited to try it.
You know, like my grandpa, he would have never imagined, tractor not only driving itself, but doing tillage by itself. Like, it's just a crazy idea that no one is going to be in that tractor and that you can just control it off your phone.
Instructors say the technology could help farmers work more efficiently, especially during busy planting and harvest seasons, while freeing them up to focus on other tasks around the farm. And while this autonomous tractor is still in its early rollout, students here are seeing it firsthand, giving them a clearer vision of where ag technology is headed and the skills they'll need for tomorrow's jobs. To learn more, just check out our website. That's NBC26.com. Reporting from Appleton, McLeod Hageman, NBC 26.
A Wisconsin Uber driver returns a lost phone, only to get a surprise from Christian Yelich's family that her son will never forget. That story and much more still ahead.